Welcome back, guys. Episode 9 of What's the Catch? What's going on, Kyle? How you doing?
What's up, Rocco? How you doing on this fine Tuesday?
I'm doing good. Super Bowl weekend didn't go as I expected. What'd you think of the game? Let's get right into it.
Listen, all right. Well, takeaways. Football's over. That's not good.
Yeah, not good.
Definitely not excited for that. Having nothing to watch on TV. No major football. But the game. I'll take the credit again here. I was spot on with that. How do you feel about that? That was money.
Uh, I knew you were going to say this. I did. I mean, the defense did perform very well. They have a very good defense at Tampa Bay. But Patrick Mahomes did not play bad. His stats might say he played bad, but he played incredible. He
I
really
think his stats said he played okay. His receivers let him down. Everyone saw that. The Bucks were just better. The Bucks were gonna win that game no matter what. I thought they had a good game plan. Todd Bowles was scheming stuff up. Good for him. He gets back on the wagon, gets Super
former
Bowl win.
Jets head coach. Former Jets head coach.
Yeah,
I mean,
you take a little pride in this, right? This is a win for the Jets.
yeah, right? No, but for real, good for Todd Bowles. I mean, everyone knew he was a better defensive coordinator than he was a head coach. People think he should get another job, but personally, I think he should just stick as a DC. I mean, some coaches need to do that, and they'll be successful, like him.
Yeah, this is a big win. You know what? You know what I was thinking? I was gonna ask you this question. So if you're a Patriots fan, how do you feel about this? Gronk and Brady, they both won a Super Bowl. Some people online were saying Patriots fans should feel really like this is a Super Bowl they kind of won. But I don't think that way.
No,
Tom Brady left them. Gronk left them for retirement. You can't take credit for what they're doing at Tampa Bay.
no, definitely not. I think this just like exposes Belichick in a way. I mean, Belichick's a great coach. We've talked about that, but Tom Brady's first year with the team comes in, he wins a Super Bowl. Like
Hmm.
you got like, could Belichick have won with a different QB, or is it just Tom Brady is that good at football?
Yeah, it shows his leadership skills. How he was able to take over the locker room. Bruce Arians said he was coaching, so basically, like, it
Yeah,
does question Bill Belichick's legacy. See if he could rebuild New England without Tom Brady.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
that was a big win for him. Statement.
yeah, he should have. If I'm Bill, I know he wanted to prove Tom Brady wrong, but maybe he should have retired when Tom Brady left, so there would have been no
Maybe
question. I mean, there would
it
have been
brings
no
up the
question
question
at
like
all.
it brings up the question who's the greatest athlete of all time? If Tom Brady's the best athlete of all time, I mean, they threw a bunch of stats like Serena Williams is out there, Michael Jordan. I
Yeah,
think Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl at 43 that definitely pushes him as the greatest athlete, in my
and
opinion.
a Super Bowl is probably more like harder than those other sports because look how big the team is. It's 53-man roster. It's not a one person sport. Like in basketball, MJ could dominate the game if he wanted to. He could take over. Yes, Tom Brady can make those throws, do that, but in the end of the day, he also has to look for his defense. And some people could say that's easier because he has a defense which was very good and could carry him. But I think it goes both ways. I mean, personally, I
Yeah,
think it's harder to win a Super Bowl.
it's it's harder to have individual success in football. I think
Yeah,
just because football you rely on so many other people. Just like you said, if the defense gives up 42 and you had good offense, you still probably it's still going to be a shootout. You have to win. I feel like it's totally you need 11 players playing on the same page on both sides of the ball, just like the Bucks were and the Patriots have for so many years. So that's why I think Brady's the GOAT. He keeps everybody in line. Just definitely the greatest athlete, I think.
yeah, Brady's definitely one of the best winners of all time. He has more Super Bowls than all of the franchises in the NFL,
That's a
including the
crazy
Patriots.
stat. That's insane.
Um, Tom Brady, people are like they should build an annex of him in the Hall of Fame, which they should. And I don't think he's done. I think he could be back.
Did you see the stat that he had three different Hall of Fame careers in his
Hmm.
one career?
Yeah,
That if you
yeah,
if you section it off, he has like two Super Bowls when he was young, two Super Bowls in the middle of his prime, and then two Super Bowls at the tail end. That's crazy. That's just like the longevity of his career is just it's insane. Something we'd never seen before out of a quarterback or just a
yeah.
football player in general.
And also, I don't know if you saw that stat, but Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl when Calvin Johnson was drafted. Calvin Johnson played his career. and in this Super Bowl, Calvin Johnson was
In
inducted
the Hall of
into the
Fame,
Hall
right?
of Fame. That's crazy.
I mean,
He's still
there was those
playing.
stats all weekend. I felt like everyone was just like, "Oh, Tom Brady is this old. Tom Brady's this old." It was like insane that he's still doing this. But I mean, what is this? That gets me on the topic. What does this do for Mahomes? You know, going forward, the Chiefs, they're still a favorite, I think, to win the Super Bowl next year. But this is a dagger. I feel like Mahomes had so much momentum going towards like what seemed to be he was going to be the next best quarterback of all time, and then this like it felt like not a step back from him, but his teammates really let him down for the first time ever. I think.
Yeah, I definitely feel like his teammates did let him down. I mean, the plays Mahomes was making, he nearly had to run 500 yards because he was getting
That
blitzed
was the
that
most
much.
ever, right, by a
Yeah,
quarterback?
it was 497 to be exact. But also, I feel like Tyreek Hill can get open, but how can you get open if you're being double teamed all game? I mean, Kelsey was double teamed most of the game. I feel like the defensive flags just let him down. They were just
It
getting
said
called on.
Devin White could have been the MVP of the game. He was playing. The defense was just absurd by the Buccaneers. They were going too high the whole time, and the linebackers were just going to work. It was like one of the best defensive schemes I've ever seen, especially against the Chiefs. And if it was any other team in the league, like I felt like the whole game I was just waiting for when the Chiefs would come back, and they never did. But like everyone, if anyone was down by 31-9, was it? Then
Yeah,
they wouldn't
it was
expect teams to
28 to
come back.
9.
But I was still holding out hope. I was like, Patrick Mahomes is gonna turn it on at some point, and it just never happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely rough for the Chiefs, but I think I saw Patrick Mahomes said teams are going to look at this and they're going to follow what Todd Bowles did. And he said he's going to look at it and he's going to do what he has to do to improve. And that's what I think the only way he could get the GOAT title now is if him and Brady meet again next year. He has to win, and then he has to win one more than Brady wins in his career, which is very hard. I don't think it's
Yeah,
possible.
he has to go on an absolute tear though, and the
Yeah.
AFC is good. Like guys are Lamar's getting older, Josh Allen's getting older. They're getting better. Just something to look out for in the future.
Yeah, but he definitely, if he wants to be the GOAT ever, I definitely think that hurts him too because I think he thought he was going to become the GOAT. I saw the looks on his face. He just looked sad. I mean, I would too if I lost the Super Bowl, but
It was like the
it's,
first adversity the Chiefs have faced,
yeah.
in
And
their young team.
it shows that the left tackle and right tackle is so important. He had no time, literally no time. I know he was missing the
Absolutely
starting
nothing.
tackle, but Andy Reid said he was like okay with the depth that they had, and it did not show. They were getting destroyed.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean the pass rush was absolutely relentless. The Bucks played a complete game. I mean, I don't think that earlier in the season when you saw the Bucks play, you could say those are a Super Bowl team, but they turned it on at the right time. They won an absolute tear. They beat Washington football team who had a great defense. They beat Drew Brees, they beat Aaron Rodgers, and they go and beat the Chiefs at home. So just like one of the best resumes by a championship team. They played good defense. They played just enough offense, and they're loaded. And I think they probably could make a run at it next year.
Yeah, I definitely think they could make a run at it next year too. But everyone always says like Tom Brady's getting old. I think he's just getting better with the age. Really, he's just
More
like
wise, yeah.
yeah. And it did. I saw a video of him in the locker room after. He didn't even care he won. He really did not. He was just sitting there packing his stuff, ready to go home. Like that mentality is crazy. When you just don't care that you won a Super Bowl anymore, that's how you know you're too good at the sport.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's just creatively found ways to beat defenses without really moving around in the pocket a lot, making audibles. He's proven that with your mind you could beat a defense, and he's done that year in and year out. I mean, I feel like all we've been talking about today has just been how good Tom Brady is, and there's nothing else you could talk about today. Just because he solidified himself, it was a great game. The Bucks really pitched a perfect game against the Chiefs. We've never seen that before, so that was a
Yeah.
pretty boring Super Bowl in retrospect. We're expecting like a shootout and stuff, but dominance happened. That's what happens.
Expected a shootout. I remember I was I was very excited. I thought it was going to be the best Super Bowl in a long time. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and defense does win championships. I mean, we've seen that time in and time out.
Yeah. I mean, in other news, what do we got? We had the NFL awards this week.
Yeah, the NFL honors. I mean, there's some
NFL honors.
controversy about that. There's some
What was it?
Twitter
Only
beef.
controversy was the. So we got MVP Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I thought that should happen. That was he had a pretty good season. He was the MVP in my opinion. I love Josh Allen, but Josh Allen was not the MVP this year.
Okay, well, I would hope that you would not put Josh Allen. I didn't even have him in the discussion. I think Derrick Henry was the MVP.
No.
I think Derrick Henry was the MVP. If you're going MVP, it's the most valuable player.
Yeah, but look, so most valuable player to their team, yeah. But the Titans, they were up and down. They were up and down all year. Like every week, it'd be completely different team. The Titans. Besides the playoffs against the Bucks, who won the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers lit up every single defense he played, except for the Bucks earlier in the year.
Yeah, but
so
I think Derrick Henry was the most valuable player in the league and to that team because listen, the offense ran through them. And you might say, oh, they passed. But the pass only got opened up because they had to commit to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was a wrecking ball. Teams didn't have to commit to the run against the Packers because they knew Rodgers was going to throw it. Yes, he still tore it up, but they didn't run like crazy because there was no like run defense. They still
and I think
game plan.
I think in an average year, Derrick Henry wins this easily. Like you're making a ton of sense right now where you're saying like they do have to scheme against Derrick Henry. I think Aaron Rodgers was just that much better this year.
I mean, yeah, but it's just crazy.
This was his year, legitimately.
2,000 rushing yards, and he got some receiving yards. I think he had like 15 touchdowns, maybe a little more. But I just think, I mean, he won Offensive Player of the Year. He was going to win that if he didn't win MVP. That's usually how it goes. But I think he should be okay with that award. But if he runs for 2,000 again next year and there's not a crazy quarterback, I think you got to give it to him at that point.
True. I mean, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young. Herbert, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Alex Smith, Comeback Player of the Year. Coach of the Year, Stefanski. I mean, I agree with all those. Pretty much, those are probably the easy ones to give out, you know. Everyone's resume really checked out.
I mean, I agree with Defensive Rookie of the Year. I thought it could have went to Cam Curl, the safety on Washington, but I really thought it was Chase Young. Chase Young really is, like, he came into the NFL and he didn't take a step back. He was, like, going full ahead, like full strength, everything. Mm-hmm. He was a leader to the team. He got a lot of sacks. I think he led rookies in sacks. And I really think that he should have got Defensive Rookie of the Year like he did. But Offensive Rookie of the Year, a lot of people thought Justin Jefferson should have because he was a wide receiver. But no, I think
but it's a quarterback award.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a QB award. I mean, maybe co-Rookie of the Year they could have done. I wouldn't have been mad at that.
If you have a quarterback who absolutely lights it up, or you have like a quarterback stacked draft year like this year where you had Burrow, Tua, Herbert, like if one of them plays good, you know the Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to them no matter what. That's kind of just something that's happened over the years. There's years though where other people could win it when you don't have a lot of quarterbacks, but this year you could have bet that would have happened. A quarterback would have won it.
It would just be motivation for Justin Jefferson. He's already a beast, and I think he thought he should have won it, obviously. But I think this is going to push him forward.
Did you see Comeback Player of the Year? Somebody voted for Big Ben.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I think it should have been unanimous. I mean, if the Steelers went 16-0, okay. But the Steelers really, like, crapped the bed.
And Big Ben choked. He choked at the end of the year.
Big Ben was terrible all year. He was okay. I mean, he was not that good all year. But Alex Smith definitely deserved it. Guy almost lost his leg. Couldn't play.
And then he comes back and makes the playoffs.
He definitely deserved that. I mean, Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski. No arguments there. Browns were poverty franchise. Makes the playoffs.
First real Browns coach ever, too.
Yeah, I mean, no arguments there. People thought McDermott from Buffalo, but I still think that you got to give it to Stefanski there. Even though the Bills
Especially the Browns got hit hardest with COVID, too.
Yeah.
They had to deal with the elements.
Not taking anything away from the Bills season. They had a great season. Should have been 14. Or should have been – yeah, how many wins did they get?
It was 12-4.
No, I thought they –
13-3. 13-3.
They should have had one more. They lost on Hail Mary. I mean, it happens. But I think it was definitely deserved Stefanski. And then the biggest controversy was Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald or TJ Watt. Who did you think was going to win the award?
It's Aaron Donald's award to lose every year, and I think they were the number one defense. You know, the Rams. So pretty much, I thought that Aaron Donald should have won. What do you think? With the TJ Watt, they put up the stats and everything. The Watt brothers were going crazy.
No, I don't think TJ Watt should have won. Aaron Donald's a defensive tackle. It's a way harder position. You're not getting like when you're getting double teamed at the defensive end position, you're getting double teamed by a lineman and the tight end most of the time. When you're Aaron Donald, you're getting
the center and the guard.
Yeah, you're getting double teamed by center and the guard.
Or guard and tackle, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a harder position to begin with, and Aaron Donald gets triple teamed, let alone double teamed, and he still put up 13 and a half sacks. I get what the Watt brothers are saying. I don't think J.J. Watt should have really gotten involved. I know it's his brother, but I think he shouldn't have gotten involved because how are you going to just – I mean, he said
it just puts a target on his back, you know, going into next year.
I don't think Aaron Donald really cares. I don't think he cares that J.J. Watt said that. I think they have respect for each other, whatever. But I think Aaron Donald doesn't really even care about the award. He wants a Super Bowl. I saw him say, I want a Super Bowl. I don't care about the Defensive Player of the Year. He already has 2. Now he has 3.
And he's gonna keep winning every year if he just keeps producing at the same rate that he is. Like I said, it's Aaron Donald's award to lose. But is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, from now on, no more football. Maybe we'll do a couple mock drafts. We're gonna move into like baseball.
We'll do mock draft season.
We'll do mock drafts, of course. Yeah, we're gonna get guests. We're gonna do basketball, baseball. But anyways, guys, episode 9 of What's the Catch. Thank you.